Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am your host today, Diane Marie. We're going to make some bath bombs. So we're going to use Kato Mo's Heart Mermaid bath bomb. We're going to use this today. And the colorants that we're going to use, we're going to give a shout out to Mad Michaels. We're going to use Guilty Grape. And we're going to give another shout out to Two Wild Hairs for this holographic glitter. I'm going to open it up and let you guys see. That's what it looks like. So we're going to go ahead and get started today. And we're going to go ahead and mix all of our ingredients up today. And we're going to go ahead and get started. Today we're going to use some baking soda. So let's go ahead and weigh out our baking soda. And we need 15 ounces. So let's go ahead and weigh out 15 ounces. Oops, that's a little bit over. Okay. Okay, we got our baking soda, and that is not our baking soda. Our baking soda is $29.15. $29.15. So I was looking at something else wrong. Okay, so take some of this out. Okay, there we go. Okay. So when you're making bath bombs, the two main ingredients are baking soda and citric acid. So they're what makes it fizz. We're going to go ahead and sift our baking soda here. We're going to go ahead and get this started. We're going to go ahead and mix it up as well. And we're going to add in our purple. We're going to add in 1/4 teaspoon of purple. If I think we need more, then I will add more. We're going to go ahead and let that mix up. Try to get that bloomed. So let's go ahead and add in our mica. And I might just add 2 because I want this to be really, really dark. Okay, so I added 2 and I need my pen so I can make notes as I go along. I really need a helper to do this. So we're just going to add this here, and we're going to put on our thing here. And we're just going to mix this up slowly. So I added Alright, now I'm just going to cut that off just for a minute. And now we're going to add the rest of our ingredients in here. So, we've got our cornstarch. so it's hard to maneuver. Alright, here's our cornstarch. We're going to turn our scale again. Okay, we're going to add in our kaolin clay. We're going to turn our scale again. Okay, we're going to get our cream of tartar. Alright. And we need some buttermilk. So okay. And we're going to sift these. I'm going to lift this back up. And we're going to sift these right into our pot. I added goat's milk in here instead of buttermilk. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to give this a stir. Let that get mixed. And now we're going to go ahead and add in our SLSA. We're going to weigh out our SLSA and our citric acid. So let's go ahead and do that. So when you're making your when you're making your bath bomb and you add in SLSA, you need to wear a mask because the fine particles can get in your lung and make you cough. So we're going to put on our mask. And we're going to weigh out our SLSA. And now we're going to weigh out our citric acid. I'm going to cut this off just for a second. Okay. Alrighty. So now we're going to set our citric acid and our SLSA aside. Now we're going to go ahead and do our wet ingredients. So we have cocoa butter here, and here's our dish. We're going to put that in because we're going to have to melt it. So I'm just going to turn that up. So let's go ahead and weigh out our cocoa butter. And we're going to take this here, put that there. So our cocoa butter, let's go ahead and weigh that out. Just a second. We have our cocoa butter here, and we need 86. Okay. Need my knife here. Okay. Alright, so we're going to put this in our hot water bath and let that melt. And now we're just going to add in the rest of our ingredients. We're going to add our poly 80, and that is a that poly 80 helps bind oils and butters, because oils float on the top of the surface, so it floats, and you don't want that ring around the tub. So our poly 80 that we're using today is from Soapy Beauty. So that's where I got this from. I can't pronounce it, but we're going to go ahead and tear out our scale again, and we're just going to get our knife here and cut this, because alright, go. Alright. And we're just going to pour some of this into our thing here. So I'm going to take my pipette and we're just going to pipe it in. This is very thick consistency. So let me see if I can shake this up a little bit, people, because this is thick. And I have to do it the old-fashioned way. Okay. Alrighty. That's our poly 8. Next, we're going to use grapeseed for our, just a little bit of oil, you know, just to help give you that good moisture that we're looking for. So, we're going to go ahead and add grapeseed. And now for the fragrance that we're going to use today, we're going to use Brambleberry Tropical Punch. That's what we use. Thank you, Brambleberry. Shout out to Brambleberry. So, turn our scale again. Alrighty. Alright, and we're going to use 2 sprays. We're going to add 2 sprays of our rubbing alcohol, our 99%. Okay. And I think that's it. So basically what I am going to do, I am going to mix up our can't even think of it, our liquids, our wet ingredients. That's what it looks like. So we're just going to take this. Well, I guess my battery's not working in this. I don't know what my other one is. Hold on, let me find the one I normally use. Okay, so we're just going to use this. We're going to take our spatula here because I don't know what my mixing thing is, and we're just going to mix it up. Help combine all that goodness together. And we're just going to stir, stir, stir. And we still have our cocoa butter to add in here. So we're almost done with that, and we're going to stir some more. And then we're going to add it into our mixture. We want to get all that mixed in, because we don't want nobody falling in the tub. And it's going to hydrate your skin, and it's also going to the oil is going to hydrate your skin, and you won't feel greasy, and you'll feel moisturized. And the poly-80 helps the oils not to sit on the surface, but it also helps moisturize your skin so it can finish so it can get into your skin cells to moisturize you, and you will feel refreshed. You will have a nice fizzy relaxed bath, and that's what we're going for. So we're waiting on our cocoa butter to melt. So I will bring you back after that, because it's almost done. I still got a little bit of a chunk to go, and I will bring you guys back. Okay guys, we have our cocoa butter back. We have our cocoa butter. We're just gonna add this in here. We're gonna give it a stir a little bit. And we're gonna pour this. That's hot. It's really, really hot. We're gonna pour this in here. Alright. Gonna give this a mix again. Ooh, that's warm. That is hot. Alright, and here's what it looks like, all mixed together. So as I pour this in, slowly, I still want this a little bit darker, so I am going to add some more mica to it, because I want that to be just a little bit darker. It's almost with the color I want it, but we're going to give it 2 more hits here. And poly-80 helps the color from sticking to the side of the tub. So now we've got all of that in. We're going to let that mix. Now I'm going to sift and add in our citric acid. Get all this goodness on the side here. So we're going to sift our citric acid and our SLSA. Remember that we have SLSA in here. Please wear your mask. So I'm just going to dump it in here. We're just going to slowly sift this in. And even though you're wearing a mask, you still can cough unless you have like one of those good respirators. Okay, since I got everything in, what I'm going to do is scrape down the sides. I'm going to take my spatula and scrape down the sides. And I'm going to try to fold the citric acid in and the SLSA. Just fold it in so it won't be so volatile as we mixed. So we're just mixing this in here. And we're going to let the mixer do the rest because it does the hard work. So, it does the hard work for me. And we're going to let this mix. So, I let it mix and mix. Make sure it gets really good. And then after you get through mixing, you want to do a drop test. So I'm going to go ahead and add just a tiny bit of my glitter in here. Just a tiny bit. Get some bling up in there. And I'm about to turn my light on. So now, let's stop it again. We're going to scrape the sides down. And we're going to do a drop test. So I'm going to give it 2 more sprays of alcohol. Say 1, 2. We're going to let that mix. If I don't feel like it's supposed to be, then we're going to give it 2 more sprays. So what I'm going to do is scrape it down again. Oh, this smells so good. And I'm going to test it one more time. Test it one more time. I think we're ready. Think that's ready? Alright, let's give it a whirl. So basically what we're going to do, let's get all this off. So we're going to weigh out our ingredients here. So we're going to tear it our scale. Well, we're going to cut it on and then tear it out. Alright, so this is our mixture. And I am missing my thing here. Alright. So we're going to weigh at our scale. What we're going to do is we're going to take some of this glitter. Oops, I don't know why I keep opening this mic up. Could take some of this glitter. And I am going to take my makeup brush here. We're just going to dip a little bit in there. And then we're just going to put it on the base part of this. Okay. So I have my mold. We're going to scoop some in here. And we're going to press some of it down. And then I'm going to press, make sure everything is down here. We're just going to keep measuring it. Okay. So now we're going to take our top part of our bath bomb. We're just going to put it on here like so. And we're just going to press down hard as we can. I wish I had a bath bomb press or electric press, but it is what it is. So basically what I am going to do is take the bottom part off, and we're just going to put this up. And that's what it looks like, y'all. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that bling. So we're just going to put it here on our baking tray here. And we're just going to do the same thing. And we're going to clean this off. Take our brush and just brush it on like so. We're going to tear out our scale again. Okay. We're just going to dump this over like so. We're going to press down. Okay. We're going to take off the top. All that matters is our bath bomb is complete. And you can buy our recipe book on my site, which is www.edmsoaps.com. And we're going to do this every time. So let's get our brush here. And we're going to get our stuff here. Just tap that out. Make sure we got all this. Our first mistake. Let's do that again. Okay. didn't apply enough pressure on it, and I can't. But I'm doing the best that I can. I said all that counts and matter, that you do your best. No matter what it is, just do your best. Do your best. This helped me. Okay. Alright, we're going to cut our scale back on, and we're going to do this again. My humidity in here is 59, so it's a little bit high in here. So we're going to try this again. See, I wish that this had a little lift so it wouldn't come off at the bottom. But I have to deal with what I am dealt with. The hand that I am dealt with. So we're going to use that as we go. Alright. We're going to tear out our scale again. Alright. So I have to push hard. I'm trying to push hard. It don't mean I'm pushing hard. I'm doing the best that I can because, like I said, it's hard to do. And we're just going to do this. Crap. Look at the top of that. That just... Alright guys, I'm not going to let you sit here because I got a little bit to go here. And thank you guys for watching me making. I've got 5 so far. And if it doesn't continue to work, then I will just put it in some bags and we're just going to have some bath bomb dust. So thank you guys for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, tell your friends, your neighbor, co-workers that EDM Soaps is here. You can visit me at EDMSOAPS.com. You can visit my YouTube page, my website, my Facebook account, my Instagram account, my Pinterest account, EDM Soaps, Diane Marie. I am your host. Y'all have a very wonderful and blessed day. Bye for now.